Perfect. Just wanted to say that, regardless of what team you're rooting for, and I am gutted for my Detroit football Lions because just the same old sorry ass Lions showed up in the second half. I'm sorry to say. And I said it, I tweeted it, because I wasn't interacting with Twitter or anything. I would just take my phone out and be like, and I'd just shoot off, stream of consciousness things, because I was watching it with another buddy of mine from Michigan and a buddy of mine from college who happens to be a Dallas Cowboys fan, but has a very nice apartment in Miami and wanted to have people over. So I said, you know what, we'll go over there. But I tweeted it when he dropped that ball on 4th and 2. I said, this guy just cost us the season. And I saw later, people were like, no, I knew in that moment that the wheels had come off. And, people wanted to go back and relitigate, oh, should you have gone for it on 4th down? Look, we are who we are. We're aggressive. We're going to go for it and everything. And I saw somebody tweeted and said, yeah, so when's the time not to go for it? Whenever it works. And what's the context? Whenever, it seems uncomfortable, but, you have to have a process. We had a process. And I was talking with another friend about this, just tangent. You guys will indulge me. You have to adjudicate the decision irrespective of the result, right? Because it's easy to play the result. Well, they didn't get it, so why would you go for it? And then shut up. If you say, no, we shouldn't go for it up front, and whatever happens, then you're against it, okay. I understand where Dan Campbell was coming from. I'm with that. But I say that to say that even if my Detroit Lions had won, this next statement would have been true, and it is still true, that no matter who you're rooting for when the Super Bowl happens, there will be a Miami Hurricanes alum who will be able to add Super Bowl champion to his biography. Whether that is Deion Bush for the Kansas City Chiefs, who is playing a lot. I think he's even starting at safety for them. Shout out to the University of Miami. Shout out to Miami Columbus Senior High School. So he is playing for them. And now, because of an injury, John Feliciano is starting at right guard for the San Francisco 49ers. John Feliciano, who I bring up often, him and his fellow classmate, Danny Isadora, from John Feliciano went to Davie Western High School, and Isadora went to Weston Cypress Bay. And I said back then, and I've continued to say, those are the guys that you look at as the kind of developmental offensive linemen that eventually pay off. They're not going to play day one. They're not going to play year 2. You're looking at year 3 and beyond for them to develop their bodies, improve and increase their skill. And so that's the first time as redshirt sophomores that maybe they crack the 2 deep, right? John Feliciano was one of those guys at Miami and is still in the league, starting on the team with the best record in football, who the Lions had dead to rights, but whatever. Anyways, starting in a Super Bowl, guys from Miami on both sides. So no matter who you're rooting for, I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm rooting for chaos, whatever. My heart is broken, guys. I close to it and let it slip away because Josh Reynolds doesn't know how to do his damn job and catch the goddamn ball when he's wide open and hits him in the hands. But anyways, I'll go somewhere and, have some drinks and, enjoy the game. But yeah, whoever you're rooting for wearing, the same colors basically on both sides, there will be a Miami Hurricanes alum who will be able to add Super Bowl champion to their, resume and biography. It would have been Michael Badgley had the Lions gotten there because he was our kicker and also a Miami Hurricane. So, shout out to those guys. Congratulations to those guys going and playing for a championship on the highest level of the sport. And having the University of Miami represented on the starting line. And it's funny because they'll be on the field at the same time with Feliciano playing offense for San Fran and Deion Bush playing defense for Kansas City. So they'll be sharing the field at the same time. So there's a chance that, they will have an impact on the game. We'll see if it'll be positive or negative. But, they will have an impact on the game. We'll see what the size of that impact will be. And at the end of them, then again, another Miami Hurricane will be an NFL champion. So congratulations in advance to whomever that happens to be.
I'm going to put us both on the spot to spit out as many Miami players in Super Bowls that did historic, significant, whether positive or negative things. Jim Kelly's the first one to come to mind. played in 4 consecutive Super Bowls, of course, as the Buffalo Bills quarterback from Miami.
In Super Bowls, I mean, obviously there was Devin Hester with that opening kickoff return down here in the rain, back at, I forget what it was then called. It wasn't Hard Rock Stadium yet. It was Pro Player, or no, it wasn't Pro
Yes.
Player. It was Pro
No?
Player. I don't know, whatever. But the same stadium and the one that we play at now. I forget what the
Yeah.
name of it was at the time, but he had that opening kickoff return. Yeah,
The playmaker,
of
of
course. I mean,
course,
like,
Michael Irvin.
come
3
on.
Super
I mean,
Bowl
that's a
wins,
nickname.
big performances. Yes,
Of course,
that's a
going
big
over the
one.
middle like nobody's business. Yeah, I'm sure that there are more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kind of drawing a blank right now, but lots and lots of them. I mean, well, Will Fork was in New England, so he made lots of plays when they were winning, a lot of, many championships. So he was in that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate y'all being here at the Voice of College Football. Wasn't Reggie Wayne on the Colts team that beat the Bears in that same Super Bowl?
I believe so. Number 87, who should be in the Hall of Fame when they get their heads out of their keisters, but it's forthcoming. So I mean, it's overdue already, but yeah, Reggie Wayne, he'll be able to add Hall of Famer to his resume.
Russell Maryland, defensive tackle for the Cowboys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Going back into the 90s. Absolutely. I was picturing Cowboys and I just couldn't. You said playmaker, so then he popped up. Or like that's who I was thinking, and I was thinking of someone else. But who had a play? I have to think about that. Yeah.
Would Jonathan Vilma, he would have been on the Saints team that won the Super Bowl, right?
Oh yeah, he was a starting middle backer. Of course. Yeah. One of the smartest players, smartest guys on those teams in the early 2000s. My freshman brother in 2000.
I don't know that Frank Gore got to a Super Bowl. Frank Gore.
They didn't get there. He wasn't there with Kaepernick when they got there?
Oh, yeah. He would have been.
Yeah.
Yep. 2012-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if anybody's
I
ever
hadn't
done
tracked
the
that
deep
that
dive
closely.
on how many the colleges with the most representatives in Super Bowls or Super Bowl wins. That would take a lot of exhaustive, well, with databases now, it should be like that, but otherwise would take exhaustive.
I think
50
somebody
Super
has that. I
Bowls.
think it'll pop up probably next week. Since there's a week off before that game. But yeah, it usually pops up in this 2 weeks here. Because it's another bragging rights thing and it's another recruiting thing. Like, hey, so yeah, I'm sure that we'll see that somewhere soon.